that your army killed and start talking about your investments and your hotels. So before it is too late, I will advise you to tell this very army to pull back. I'm not going to ask the Nigerian army not to deploy their troops or their soldiers wherever they want to, but I'm telling them, if you do not confine this army, if you release them on the streets and they kill anybody, the whole of Owerri will burn. Go and ask them, what's happening in Owerri now if there's any police there? All of Owerri will burn down. And now, being the idiots that some of you are, you will take to social media or you will connive with Femi Falana or maybe Ohaneze will write looking for Yoruba allies to demonize and to ethnicize. Do you understand me? We know their game plan, we know what they're doing. Yesterday, because Akwa Ibom is a bit quiet, they killed 32 people. Young people in Akwa Ibom. Somebody came and said, what my senior brother is doing is not good. Do you know that they kill people and they carry their bodies? The Nigerian Army and Police Joint Task Force in Akwa Ibom. And when the young people in Akwa Ibom rise up to say enough is enough, all of you idiots without conscience, okay, Sona Panyenaji, elders that will be abusing their granddaughter or their grandson, okay, Sona Panyenaji, all of you idiots and vagabonds will rise up and be talking nonsense. Now that 32 people have been killed in Akwa Ibom, nobody is holding Emmanuel Udom responsible. Nobody is holding the police commissioner responsible. No. The lives of those young people that you killed in Akwa Ibom is expendable. You can kill them and nobody will ask questions. Because you're the army, you have AK-47 and AK-49. The day all other youths rise up now to avenge the death of their fellow youths you've killed in Akwa Ibom, every monkey, every failed lawyer, every nincompoop will rise up and be talking rubbish. That is why I hate Nigeria with a passion. Not the people in it. I love Nigerian youths, but the country is a mess. You have idiots running the country. None of you have risen up to say, why are you sending troops to the south when the problem is in the north? None of you idiots have said that. Because you are black, you are dumb, and you are very foolish. That is why black Africa is the last in the whole world. No development, nothing. That is why anywhere you go to, you see black people being abused and molested. Because of the stupidity of black Africa. Why are black people stupid? Because they see the truth and they hide from it. That is the truth. People killed in Akwa Ibom yesterday, 32. When Akwa Ibom goes up in flames now, all of you morons will be talking rubbish. Being remote controlled by your Fulani masters. They are coming and the world is about to change. As I told you, CNN will talk about us this year. Either for good or for bad, but they will say something about us. That war they want, they are now going to get. Let me play it once again for you. The fuller version, I believe. Yes, gentlemen, this is our lineup for going to internal security operations. I'm not sure he's up to 20 years of age. Where they got the idiots from, I don't know. Black people are insane in this UGC. Black people are mad. He's not up to, this boy is not up to 20 years old. He is going to Imo State to kill his fellow youths. for the Sultan of Sokoto, so that Britain can continue to rule Nigeria by proxy, so that somebody who can address you only or via a pre-recorded video for 10 minutes every 4 months can be presiding over your lives. Do you see why I insult you? Do you see why I said that there is something wrong with the brain of black people? They are going to instead to start a war, and when that war starts, maybe he will not be alive to write all those stupid epistles that he writes all the time. He's a very foolish man. Idiotic and foolish.
And this is why I'm telling you.
This is now before your eyes.
Nigeria soldiers will not know. Now when they start the vote,
they are going to worry the most states. Because their little boy, their pet, who opposed to the man needs protection. And that is where they are going. They have left Boko Haram. We are going to help them to open up another front in the east. That will suck all their men and their materials to the east. And bandits will rape and ravage their daughters in the north. Because they are foolish. The wrath of God is about to descend on the zoo called Nigeria. By now they know us very well. Write all the junk you like, gossip your life away as the idiots that you are. You cannot stop what we are doing. I'm just warning you so you know. If you live in Kano, in Kaduna, all those northern cities or towns, they call it, we are not waiting for you. It is because of you that they are deploying their armies into our land. Because if there is no Igbo man in the north, if there is no Igbo family in the north, if there is no Biafran family in the north, they cannot be deploying troops to our land. It's impossible now. You know that. So because you people are staying in the north, we are now slaves in our own land. And God forbid it's not going to happen. God forbid it's not going to happen. And all you politicians, I feel sorry for you, your end has come as well. Because these idiots you're bringing, they're going to fire at somebody. And the same thing that happened in Abakaliki will happen in Owerri, or in Umuahia, or elsewhere. And then you will understand that we outnumber you people by 100,000 to 1. And youths everywhere will rise up in solidarity. Their escape back to the north will be blocked. You will have an intestine warfare that will last for years to come. Nigeria can no longer export oil after that, because we cannot be alive and oil will be exported to prosecute a war that we know is unjust. And who knows if Wike is alive then? Who knows? We can then catch him and feed him crude oil. After Nyabachayo's also Cameroon, we must put pepper in his eyes, and then we give him crude oil to drink. Evil men everywhere. All of you, your end has come. In 2020, your end has come. You think that Britain is going to defend you? Is that what you think seriously? Is that what you think? Do you think you're going to bomb us as the same way that Obasanjo bombed Odi and Sakibiam? No. If the Nigerian Air Force takes off to go and bomb anywhere, the children of Burata will be killed wherever they are. The children of Air Force officers will be dead. You see mayhem. You thought I incited people in Lagos? Now you see what incitement is all about. You don't know that everybody listens to Radio Biafra. You don't know that young people are angry and they listen to Radio Biafra. You think that people are going to be in Abuja, you're bombing their village, you're bombing Ogibo, you're bombing everywhere, and you're walking about freely. If I told you before, go back to my old tapes and copy this one and give it to Britain or send to ICC. For every one suicide bomber. Do you see that the police stations that were burnt down were met with nothing? They burnt down police stations with nothing. And say instead of me to live tomorrow like an idiot with this police station in my village, I'd rather die now. And they were all taken out. Now listen and listen very carefully. If you think because you're in Abuja you can send army down to the east to be killing people and you're safe, you're dreaming. For every one suicide bomber that Boko Haram has, you will provoke us. We will produce 10 Nobody will be safe. Nobody will be. Because you are coming to our land to make it unsafe. You are coming to kill young people and take their bodies away, pour acid on their face to disfigure them. 32 people were slaughtered yesterday. Ask the Inspector General of Police, did you send any say no to acquire bomb to you? Asking the police commissioner, kill and carry the bodies. That is what the signal said. Kill and carry the bodies.
And
because of your useless one Nigeria, we keep quiet, and you're slaughtering Biafran youths in Akwa Ibom. You think we will not find out? Is that what you think? You're slaughtering us in our land, terrorizing us in our own land with your uniform, and you think we're going to condone it? From tomorrow onwards, anything that happens in our land, you blame it on the politicians and the Fulani Janjaweed. The mother of all wars is about to come. I'm just merely warning you, so that when the time comes, you will not blame me. You will not blame me. They have come because they know that Yoruba media will not cover it. They're not going to cover anything. Did anybody hear about the killings in Akwa Ibom yesterday? Of course not. 32 young people murdered in Akwa Ibom only yesterday by the JTF.
What will happen?
And you are in a democracy. So we are led to believe that Nigeria is a democracy. Nigeria is a democracy, and in a democracy, the army is conducting an exercise called internal security within the confines and the borders of that land. What is the job of the army? When I speak, people say I insult black people and I curse them. I insult and curse black African people because we are stupid. Can you show me any democracy in the world, even those that practice pseudo-democracy or quasi-democracy? I have to be grammatically exact. Quasi-democracy. Those who actually practice quasi-democracy, like Russia, do they deploy their troops within Russia to be doing internal security? They did not say they are conducting an exercise, maybe to test their manpower or their equipment or their personnel. After all, the army is supposed to have a firing range. They're supposed to have where they train. How can you come to Owerri to train an army that was designed to defend the borders of the country? According to your constitution. All of you who live in America that support one Nigeria, all of you that live in various countries in Europe that support one Nigeria, can you tell me when the Austrian government deployed troops within the borders of Austria to keep internal security? Now, if the army is going about trying to keep the peace within the country, can you tell me the job of the police? What is the job of the police? I thought in your useless, idiotic, Abdul Salami Janjaweed constitution that their roles were specifically defined and spelled out, isn't it? The army is there to defend the country from external aggression. External. In other words, when Niger or whoever, Cameroon or Benin Republic or whoever for that matter were to invade Nigeria, then the army will rise to defend the country. That is the constitutional mandate for the army. Then what is the army doing inside the Owerri town? You claim you are in a democracy. Now do you see the reason why I insult black people and black Africans for that matter? Because they do not reason very well. They don't even understand the implications or ramifications of running a democratic system of government. They have no idea. They do not also understand that running a democracy requires a whole lot of discipline on the part of everybody. That is why you have separation of powers. That was why Montesquieu slept sleepless nights, writing a treatise on the separation of powers. And I'm sure that every student of politics or political science will quote anytime, any day. Now, most of you went to universities in Nigeria, and I'm sure you read Montesquieu. I'm sure that some of you are well versed in some of the theories and the postulates that he advanced. I'm sure that some of you are aware that when I speak in a very low tone, my grammar changes and I don't like it. But when I like to speak, you know, it's very Chinese. If you want us to go into the gutter, if you want us to be gentlemen, we act like gentlemen.
Nigeria doesn't
you want
need
us to be Abru, we give you Abru start. There's no problem about that.
Patience.
Anytime I speak with a very low voice,
stop on it.
I tend to
Stop on.
delve too deeply into the realm of English language that I would rather not go into.
Nobody will help
The
you.
army, there you know what. There is nowhere in the constitution of Nigeria that the president or whoever was given the powers to deploy troops in peacetime into any part of the country. And do you know the funniest thing is that the deployment of the troops is unconstitutional because the directive did not come from whoever they claim is their president. But you all are living with it. You all have allowed it because they have terrorized you into submission. That is what the Fulani does. Terrorism. That's all they know. Intimidation. That's why they carry dagger with them wherever they're going. Anything they'll bring out the dagger. I say, I will choke you to put fear and instill fear into you. And somebody asked the other day, how would you feel if I take a machete, cutlass, and be walking about everywhere? You'll be arrested by Fulani army or police. But the Fulanis are allowed to move about with AK-47 because they claim they are guarding their cattle.
This is what I say. Ain't right.
For them, it is part of their costume to dress, to have a knife with them at all times.
Nani Kalu have sit and
What does that tell you about them?
observe all of them, and he knows how to follow
Who
them.
asked the army to come to Owerri?
Is that thing when they want to
I'm
know
sure the world will ask
blood
that question when the whole thing blows up in the coming days because
you said that when they release I said they go too rich. I said that Benin go first start.
and then there'll be no more.
And when they hot, they go.
And
You know, when you start from
destroyer
Benin,
will try to defend his masters from the law.
soldiers everywhere now.
Then we get a little tiny
No fake
Hitler
soldier, no dey there.
will be backing away like a Rottweiler somewhere in Iguacha. But this
So you
will be
watch video where
crippled.
you see say the soldier and
It will be I'm warning them now. We told them before.
that's
and
what
we
they
took
say.
it. And I warned all of you
I tell you.
that the army will come. After Britain met Tinubu, I told you the army will come. Go back to my brokers, you will see there. I told you the army will come. They will try your resolve. They will kill some of you. And I also warned Tinubu that if there is any death, there will be hell to pay. You know the thing about black people, they pretend they don't hear. They pretend when you warn them, everybody pretend, as they say in my village, they send their ear to the market. They don't listen until the repercussion starts to rain down from heaven. Let me see who is going to call me to say, oh, please apply restraint, try and pull back. If you don't want our land to go up in flames everywhere at the same time, all that stolen money, some of you politicians, we are going to go to your houses, all that jiffy tank you built, overhead tank you built, we know there's money in some of them, or the soak away you dug in your compound, we know there's money in some of them.
Say they get information.
We'll go to your house and do a bit of excavation. The army, they are not many, they cannot be everywhere at the same time. And that is it. And if they try to drop any bomb on Biafra land, we start to destroy things in Abuja. Everywhere in Abuja will be on fire. Then you see what suicide bombing is all about. As I told you, 2020.
I did. Yeah.
this doesn't go, wars will go this year. Something must give this year. This year, something must give. You think if you invite the army, send them. If they see them again, if IPOB sees the army, they will not do anything because of Operation Python dance. But you guys in the army, you also bleed, don't you? And we have made it very clear that if you come to our land, you're going to bleed. Samuel has finally spoken. SARS, Governor Samuel Olu finally reveals who ordered Lekki tollgate shooting. The same people that went to Lekki and killed people. You see how insensitive Fulani is foolish, oh? Remember, those people are hopeless, oh? You went to Lekki, you killed people, and now the governor of Lagos State has made it known to the whole world it was the army that ordered the shooting. Of course, it will be the army. From Abuja.
You don't hear the truth.
But when you see Boko Haram, you're crying. Do you see sometimes why I support Boko Haram? People are evil. Nigerians are wicked by nature. A very wicked set of people. When you are killing the followers of Muhammad Yusuf, none of you said anything. They are killing Shia, none of you said anything. The day they rise up in anger, every monkey, every idiot be writing rubbish. You don't know that when you keep silent, that means you are supporting the atrocities of the Nigerian army. They went to Lekki. They killed people. The world is still in a shock. Everybody is reeling from that. And they are sending even more army to come down to kill more people.
That civil war is come again. This time around, Hausa will fight them. Everybody is angry.
And that is the reason why we are going to surround the whole of Owerri with CCTV cameras.
They go fight
in secret places. That the world may know what is going on.
This time around,
so they can deny it. So when we start the destruction of Abuja,
everybody
defend your life. From anywhere can blame us.
Everybody defend your
You're sending an army to invade the peaceful people in peacetime, having shot unarmed protesters, and you think that Papa Britain is going to cover for you. Let me now issue a directive to all youths in Nigeria. This army will come and they will fire, we know that for sure. You see, every senior army officer you know their families. Once the shooting starts in Biafra land, go and kill all of them. This army is coming tomorrow to fire. They will fire at people, they will kill some people, we know that for sure. Finish his family. I hope you're listening. Any state they fire anything, the governor will the wife If you people are not prepared for what is to come, you tell me now, so I end this program and I stand down. I stand down my command of the volunteer force. I will stand down tonight. If you are not ready to get Biafra, you tell me. Because blood is going to flow. If you are not ready, you tell me tonight that you're not ready. But if you want us to get Biafra, a lot of people are going to die. Because that is the only language Fulani understands. Fulani people are warmongers. It's in their DNA. They will always look for a new territory to conquer. They went to Benin Republic and they chased them away. They went to Ghana. Ghana just slaughtered all their cattle and their cows. They ran away. Do you know why you have a crisis in Mali? It's because of the same thing. Do you know they want to help? They want to take over Togo as well? Fulani. Are you aware of that? And the Togolese said no. So you don't know. They are warmongers. They will always go for war. It's in their blood. They cannot stay in one place. Fulani will always look for trouble. If not with their cattle, it is with their goat. If not their goat, is that is just sit down and think about this regime that they are running on behalf of a dead man. To tell that Fulani people are troublemakers, they always look for trouble. They came with Fulani colony, it didn't work. Mietiala was busy slaughtering. It was a Fulani governor, El Rufai, that got the army of Nigeria under Buratai to supply guns to terrorists killing people in southern Kaduna. All of you Nigerians were there, only concerned about yourselves and what you're going to steal from the zoo. Femi Falana was there, mounting his usual nonsense on rubbish about human rights. All of you were there. El Rufai should be locked up somewhere in The Hague. You all know that. He came out and he admitted it. That he paid some foreign people to kill people in southern Kaduna. All of you knew about it. Today, some people are even saying you should run for president.
They remove the 500 one time.
Sometimes, when I go somewhere and they say this is a Nigerian, I'll just be looking at you. I don't talk. Once I go outside and they introduce me to a Nigerian, I'll just be looking at you. Because you're the worst animal on earth. An animal is better than you. El Rufai carried out ethnic cleansing and genocide in southern Kaduna, and he came out and he admitted it. All of you kept quiet. That is the Fulani way of they love trouble. And to stop Fulani, you must give them double the trouble that they're giving to you. So you don't know that? Fulani, they came with their ruga to put Fulani everywhere. That didn't work. They brought waterway spill. That didn't work. They brought Fulani colony. That didn't work. Now they're bringing Fulani highway, cattle highway. Do you see how they're looking for trouble? That's how they are, always looking for trouble. And Wike in his stupidity and foolishness doesn't know this. That is why in Iguacha they're everywhere. They need to secure that oil. That's the only thing they want. The only thing they want is Niger Delta. So they claim that anywhere oil and gas is coming from, because Britain needs it and the Janjaweed they need it as well. Now you understand, don't you? Now you all understand what is happening in the zoo. Somebody should send the videos of what happened in Abakaliki today to Buratai and to every governor in Biafra land. If you don't know what happened in the Boeing this morning, ask Umahi. He will tell you. Police were being hounded in their own homes because of the killings they carried out yesterday. Are you understanding me?
When the mission reached,
Britain is pushing them, go, nothing will happen. We are here. We have USA.
Watch that.
After all, Boris Johnson and Trump.
Don't worry. Protect the honor.
Are you listening to me?
When it starts, now you will say fire.
I feel sorry for you people. Someone said it was the army that ordered the shooting. So what they want me to do, all of those idiots, I don't care where you come from, it can be Yoruba, it can be Igbo, it can be Hausa, it can be Kanuri, all those idiots talking rubbish. If you kill a Biafran anywhere, people will pay very dearly in that city. This morning was in Abakaliki, and I'm sure that they got a taste of their own bitter medicine. So don't come here to play your stupid tribal card. If you kill a Biafran in Ibadan, we would react. You kill a Biafran in Calabar, we will react. You kill a Biafran in Iguacha, as they have now discovered, we will react. You kill a Biafran in Makurdi, we will react. You kill a Biafran in Omoaya, we would react. Anywhere you kill a Biafran, there will be reaction instantly.
I give you information. That is
the only language the Fulani understand. You know who taught me that?
Yeah, it's only language they understand. You don't have that language.
The successive shehus of Borno.
I tell you, the man has studied Fulani.
Borno State, the Crown Borno Empire.
Everything.
They never allowed the Fulanis to overrun them.
Studied them.
Never. You know what they used to do? When the Fulanis are coming, they don't even wait for Fulani to come to go to a field so they can start fighting. They will go at night and kill all of them. Kill the Fulani soldiers, they will run away. That was how they maintained Borno as a distinct and unique part of the north.
Even in Tosis is better.
Hausa people behave like Igbo politicians when they became like weak. No problem, come stay.
If you Tosis, Nigerians will be
by the time they woke up, Hausa kings became Fulani emirs.
We now come back and join.
And they will live with that consequence forever and ever. Hausa will suffer. They don't send them to school. They are doing al-majdi. They rent them. They hire them to do all manner of things. And some of you who are poorly educated from the south, some of you don't go to school. You come out and you're shouting one Nigeria.
Than someone to come out.
One Nigeria in the north, in the core Arewa
There are
north,
two different ones.
there was no SARS protest.
Are different things.
And some of you cannot even reason properly.
Now I decided to join.
Was there any SARS protest in the north?
I'll tell you that.
Of course there are SARS. Where was there no SARS protest? Because most of them cannot read
for someone to
or
come
write.
and create you, he has his own.
But they're in the same country with you. The reason why they cannot read or write is because the Fulani made it so they can control the Hausa peasants. Do you know that even an educated Hausa man has inferiority complex? Are you aware of that? An educated Hausa man, if you ask him who are you, he will tell you he's a Fulani because he feels ashamed of himself. A Hausa man feels ashamed of himself. The only thing they have is the language. Maybe some of you will learn. And they have responded. What they have said, the army said, they have their agents, Tinubu and all the rest of them, is to say, Tinubu's family. We switched off Lekki billboard on Sanwo-Olu's order. Tinubu's son. That's how they play the game, you see. That is how they confuse all of you. Sanwo-Olu. This is to tell you that the person who is sent to the killings,
but he did not expect that the thing will escalate much like that. They will burn down his property.
You know, sometimes in life you need to be able to reason properly.
Because our wives,
who has the power to ask the governor of Lagos State to switch off the light?
Not because you are a godfather, that means
who has the power
you do more than yourself.
to ask the military to intervene?
Everybody's wise there.
He is the national leader of APC. And those people at the toll gate to him were conspiring to truncate his 2023 presidential ambitions. That's all. So they are expendable. You can kill them.
I tell you yesterday. I told you that they will deny you when they finish. They must deny
simultaneously turn off the light.
They don't deny them. It's better you come out and don't take the action.
Unless Sanwo-Olu is saying that the army asked him to switch off the light. Do you understand? And ask yourself this question again. Why is it that it was Tinubu's son, Tinubu again, that came up with this explanation? They own Lagos. The same thing that the Janjaweed is doing, the feudal lord is doing in the north, is what they want to replicate in the west. An overlord. Not the Alafin of Oyo or the Oni of Ife. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
They shoot for us. Let's scare them away.
Who requested that the issue are not smart? Somebody must have requested for the lights to be switched off. Understand? It's called common sense. See, someone cannot wake up in the evening and say, hey, come, you don't like a target, so turn them off. No. Somebody must have requested before Sanwo-Olu gave the order, if at all he did. who was that person?
Tinubu.
Is it the British High Commissioner? You could be getting a line.
It
Let her come out and defend herself.
The British High Commissioner visit Tinubu.
Or is it the Nigerian Army?
And immediately he left.
Said to Samuel, we want to carry out an operation here. Please switch off the light. And Samuel, being an intelligent man, I mean, Army is asking you to switch off the light. What for? If your mission to the target is noble, why would you want the lights to be off? That's what any sensible person will ask. That tells you that it was Tinubu that asked him to. Tinubu is his godfather. He cannot say no.
That's what they annoy him. If say they allow this.
Do you understand? Tinubu.
The other for bank now for how many days? Like 2 weeks. I mean, bank will be closed now.
Let me take some water.
Bank will be closed now.
Tinubu asked Samuel to switch off the light to enable the army to disperse the protesters. And that was what happened. When the public inquiry that they claim is sitting in Lagos starts or commences, they must first of all clear this very problem. Who asked for the light to be switched off? And who asked the army to open fire? Those two things must be cleared. And then you discover that it's Tinubu that some people are hailing, because Femi Falana was unable to secure a card-carrying member of APC, was unable to secure a cabinet post in the present regime. He is now fighting for Tinubu to become the president, so who knows who they can make him the Attorney General and lock up many more innocent people. That tells you all you need to know about the damnable zoological republic.
If you're a member of UN, you know who the
The Catholic bishops have spoken. And you know, I like them all. Those Catholic bishops. Maybe after saying it now, they give them money tomorrow and they'll come out and start talking something completely different. Catholic Archdiocese condemns use of ethnic religious sentiments to derail the protest. They know.
Country has gone
the
back.
Catholic Archdiocese of Lagos has condemned the hijacking of peaceful protests across the country, saying that those who are brought in ethnic and religious sentiments are only aiming to derail the march to a new Nigeria. He knows. The Archbishop knows. Roman Catholic Archbishop, he knows. The reason why in Niamwood he wants to be president or vice as well. He's running with all the governors. Everyone wants to be vice president.
Everyone wants to be vice president.
The reason why I told you that's what they're going to do. They will play the tribal card. I warned all of you. And this has taught me a lesson. There are some people that I was looking at as de-tribalized, people who are sensible, people who are sane. In actual fact, they are not. They are tribal underneath. They are tribal because, and ethnic jingo is all of them. Like Femi Falana. Have you seen it? They do not want a new Nigeria. They pretend, they talk, you think you're with them. No, you're not. Or they're not with you. They don't want a new Nigeria. They want things to continue where you can bribe your way through anything, where you can loot and steal and nobody gives a damn. A country without a president. That's what they want. And you're spoiling business for them. Typical. Because of somebody has a business in Sabongeri in Kano. He makes a profit of maybe about 10 million a year. Because of that. He or she doesn't care if the Fulanis are raping their mothers in the village. They don't give a damn as long as they're making profit in Sabongeri. Sometimes I wonder what type of God created these people. The same thing with all these people that brought in ethnic dimension into a legitimate protest. People keep saying protest was hijacked. Protest was hijacked. At what point was it hijacked? When and where? So you mean that people spontaneous outpouring of grief and anger over the senseless massacre of innocent people somehow constitutes hijacking. I'm asking those of you who are listening, I'm asking you. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you are telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Please, I want to know. You killed people, and you are telling me that those people that you slaughtered, those people that you killed, somehow are not human beings. We are not supposed to be upset. We are supposed to just sit down there and say, oh, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. As one of my personal attorneys tweeted, and it's gone far and wide, Aloy Ejimako. Aloy tweeted and said, we protested for 12 days without vandalization. I want all of you idiots talking about hijacking to listen very carefully. Because here we educate you. Black people, their brain is something else. Here, after listening to us, you get it. For 12 days, did I ask for any property to be burnt down? A simple question. The answer is no. Why then did I ask for properties to be burnt down? Because you killed innocent people. How dare you forget those you killed? Zoological Republic of evil people. Evil people to the core. Aloy Ejimako tweeted and very brilliantly too. We protested for 12 days without vandalization. 12 days of caring and looking out for each other. I was on air asking people all over the world to contribute. Go and ask your family members to cook and bring out to feed those who are protesting. Did we not say it here? Love one another. You must be together. We were hailing them. 12 days of giving free medical and legal services. 12 days of rejecting bribes. Then they let out their dogs. First, the government and their agents, politicians, they hired the thugs that brought violence into the protest. Some of you idiots, because you're in the zoo, when they bombard you from everywhere with their lies, because the editors have taken money, when they bombard you from everywhere, you get confused. Who are the first people to attack protesters? Was it not thugs that the DSS brought? Are the videos not there? For those of you idiots talking about hijacking, do you see the videos of DSS and their thugs attacking people in Abuja? Number one, the same Tinubu, not unleash his thugs from Mushi. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten that thugs from Mushi went to Alausa and different places and was macheting and attacking people, cutting them with cutlasses? Have you forgotten? You see the brain of a black man. And I say these things to let you understand why Africa is poor. Africa is poor because of the way you reason. Nothing more. It's not even the white man that is holding you. Because of the way you reason. Some of you were there. The protests were going on very peacefully. Everybody. I remember some lawyers were free legal services. You must release people. Food everywhere. Pizza. Everything was happening. Music. Prayers were being held on the streets. Muslims will pray. After that, Christians will pray. In broad daylight, people were shocked. Unity, togetherness. They kept thinking to themselves, how do we break them up? How do we break them up? Let us send us from Mushi. Whose thugs were sent? Bola Ahmed Tinubu's thugs in Lagos. All of you idiots. Yoruba says we are born. How this nonsense in the Beribe. You people are fools. You are fools. You see, you can intimidate idiots around you. Not Nnamdi Kanu, you cannot. You can talk all the nonsense you like, evoke all the emotions, all the tribal sentiment and emotions. It's like water on the back of a dog. You pour it and it just,